the first episode of our podcast. We got more people coming, but this is what it is for now. So right now we're in week 2 of the NFL, and so far, I mean, in my opinion, I think the Dolphins and the Ravens look the best. That's my opinion. And then from the NFC, I gotta go with Philly and San Fran. Dallas low key looking scary though too. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Dallas' defense looking pretty scary. I can't lie. So
I enjoy watching the Cowboys defense. I ain't even gonna lie to you. They're like the third ranked fantasy points wise, and it's the entire defense, which is crazy. But I think a team that is very slept on like entirely is the Commanders because granted they beat the Cardinals and then they beat the Broncos. That's not really something to talk about, but when you look at it on paper, you got a second year, third year quarterback in Sam Howell,
okay, okay.
3-0 whole career. Like they got Robinson in the backfield. Their defensive line, I think, is top three, which
Their
doesn't get talked about
defense
at
is
all.
very said I will agree with you with their defense has always been pretty good, but I've been hearing like back in training camp that Sam Howell and Terry were actually like
Oh,
that
but
basically. That's what I've been
Terry's about to
hearing.
have a good year this year.
Yeah, oh no, well, you saw that catch he had too.
hmm
And the thing
That's
is too, back to what you're saying, they were down 21-0 too.
exactly.
So I
Exactly. Last
mean,
year they would not complete that comeback because last year offensively they were
yeah,
bad.
Carson Wentz was yeah, Carson Wentz was
Yeah,
trash. Like
yeah.
like
That's all I need.
trash.
All I need is a quarterback. Honestly, the defense is always Ron Rivera's the head coach. Defense always
Yeah,
lights out.
Mhm.
yeah.
O line's pretty decent. Robinson's a really good running back. And he came back after he got shot. He came back. He was
Yeah. Oh
killing
yeah.
my
I forgot about that.
yeah.
That's right. He did get shot.
Yeah, he got shot. Came back. He's killing my Falcons. Yeah. Really, all I need is a quarterback. Yeah, Carson Wentz. You know how he was a train wreck and Eagles,
Mhm.
Colts, and now you see he was the problem. He was the ultimate hit. For
Yeah.
this NFL season, honestly, guys, like nothing really changed from last year. Like all the teams that were good are still good, and all the teams are bad are still bad.
Still bad.
Nothing really changed at all.
Yeah.
I think from the bad teams though, I think some of the teams that are I think to be honest, because I was watching the Patriots the last 2 weeks, because you guys obviously know they played against Philly. They were down,
Yeah,
Mhm.
they came back, and they almost came back
yeah,
against the Dolphins too. The only reason why they didn't get the first down was because their offensive lineman couldn't get past the first down. But I mean, the Patriots, they always have a good defense.
yeah. Always good
The
defense.
problem
Yeah,
the problem with the Patriots, I think their offense is too simple. I think that's why they're always kind of like in that like middle ground. But
Mhm.
I mean, from the really bad teams, I mean, yeah, the Cardinals, ever since Kyler tore his ACL and D-Hop gone, it's
But
Caleb
the,
Williams.
the, the
It's
thing is, the Cardinals, I don't even think are that bad.
to be honest, I was before we got on this, I was thinking the same exact thing because I was like,
Is it
Josh,
is it crazy to say that one of the top three best 0-2 teams right now?
top three best. Who's
Because,
0-2?
because
oh
Cardinals,
two.
they don't have a quarterback, granted, but the
Denver.
way they
Okay,
play against the Commanders, they had a lead against the Commanders. They had a lead against the
they had
Giants. They
well the
blew both of
Yeah,
Giants.
them.
but both their teams are really like good, great teams anyway. They're just decent teams, like in the middle
Yeah,
class.
That is true.
They
yeah,
can beat
That
them.
is
yeah,
true.
yeah,
Like I'm talking about like nothing different happened. So like say like Dallas, we knew their defense was good last year. It's a little
yeah.
bit
Mhm.
it's better this year, obviously, but
Well,
you
they
still
added
can't
Gilly.
trust. Yeah, you can't
That was
trust
the that
Dak.
was the biggest piece.
Like history, like the Vikings. The Vikings were great offense last year. The defense was still suspect, and like you see now,
Yes.
0-2, still suspect because the defense.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, even the Chargers, bro. I mean, their team is good every year. Their team is good
Yeah,
every year, and there's something wrong with that coach, bro. He's just
they can't
does
figure it out.
because they can
They got
easily
Bosa, they got Khalil Mack, they got one of the top, J.C. Jackson, top
JC
few corners.
Jackson. Well, JC
Uh,
Jackson's been getting
Doran
JC Jackson's been getting
James.
cooked.
They have literally studs on defense, and they're still 0-2, which is
It's
That's
because
unacceptable, really.
it's because of that coach. That coach is too aggressive. That's his problem. Way too aggressive. Way too aggressive. Like being goes back to his first year when they lost to the Raiders in the playoff game, and then last year against Jacksonville, and then the first 2 games of the season against the Dolphins. Well, the Dolphins game, I mean, they scored 30 plus points and they lost. You can't really do anything about that. But I mean,
yeah.
and then last week,
But
they played the Titans. So
when you have Nick Bosa and you have Khalil
Khalil
Mack,
Mack, yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, I mean,
That's,
all that money to have another team drop 35 is
And
just
JC too.
insane. Yeah,
JC's getting
and yep,
he's
and
getting, but
JC.
Aaron
babe,
James, all pros, like
Derwin,
4 all
yeah,
pros on defense.
he's an exception though. Derwin
30
James is the best
plus.
safety in football in
But
my opinion. But yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know. I don't know.
and then I mean even the like because Russ against the Commanders did not look bad. That's just bad
Not
coaching.
bad at all.
That's just bad coaching. So I mean, there's a lot.
They just don't have pieces, and they can't get pieces because of the rush trade. So at some
I mean,
point,
to be
they're
Yeah,
gonna have
fair,
to get rid of them.
most of the receivers got hurt too. Like
I
Yep,
mean
that too.
at the get go, training
Judy's
camp at the get go.
yeah
Hmm.
Judy's I think yeah, I think he's supposed to come back this week. He's questionable. I mean they have Cortland Sutton. They
Mm.
have they drafted Mims. He had a good game. So who knows? And their run game's not bad either, but I think problem is their offensive line's pretty bad too.
Oh,
Yeah,
terrible.
Cause
yeah.
That's
cause
terrible.
Awesome.
because they're one of the same teams like the Patriots. You said even like the Chargers, the Packers. Like they like no matter who they have like on their defense, they always have good defenses. So I mean, but their defense did give up a 21-0 lead at the same time, and it was 35 points. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
So what is y'all? Let's do like this. Let's do the biggest surprises and the biggest disappointments. So let's start negative. The biggest disappointment you guys had so far of a player of a team,
From a certain player,
the player or team. It could be anything like that.
see
Disappointment from coaching staff.
player man, that's oof.
I can
I
start off with
mean,
you guys. I have two in mind. I have Deshaun Watson and I have Justin Fields.
Mm.
that's spot
Yeah,
on. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
dude, I saw a play yesterday, and I don't know what was, Justin Fields. The pocket was clean. He had a receiver run down the seam, run on the, and then another one run a slant. They were wide open, and he just stood there. He literally just stood
yeah.
there and didn't throw it. And he tried to run, and he got sacked. And
But
Deshaun
I
Watson,
ask you, like, do you think he would have done that at Ohio State though?
oh
No, he
no,
had more. I think he had more confidence back then. Now,
that
well, he had a lot more
Exactly.
weapons
Like,
back then too. But
because Mo,
I don't
you
know.
think
yeah.
about it, when he was at Ohio State, look who he was throwing to, bro. He had Garrett Wilson,
Mm.
He had Chris Olave, he had what's the guy's name for the Njigba. He had
Yeah.
those two guys to throw to.
Yeah. But I mean, like, his confidence is destroyed, and you can just tell, like, he's not the same quarterback. And I feel like
He
someone like
regressed, which
CJ
is bad.
Stroud, yeah, someone like CJ Stroud might hit the same thing where his confidence
But his
gets
situation's a
to
little different though. Like
it is.
Fields came in and rookie year, I get it. He struggled, and then year two he did okay. Like he like
Mm.
towards the season you saw like improvement.
He
Then
he didn't really do okay. He just started breaking off
Running.
long runs. He's
big
Yeah.
runs.
honestly
That
a
is true. That
quarterback.
is
He
that
Yeah.
was a
is
good
true.
running back, but
Right, right,
quarterback
right.
he still was
He's
suspect.
Right. I
he's
mean, and and Darnell Mooney's been there since his second year or since his
Yeah,
first year actually. He's a good number two, how like high end two, low end,
yeah.
low end
yeah.
two. Like he's in between that range. I mean, and they added DJ Moore and they have commit too.
Yeah.
And
It's
and,
supposed to Mooney was
and
supposed to be number three, but Claypool
that's true too.
Yeah.
they traded for him, but he not trying is kind of terrible. You
No.
seen that video of him not like putting in effort in the week one?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they had to talk to him after the game, and he said he wasn't going to do it again. I was like, oh man,
That's embarrassing. I don't know how you can pay that much money not care or not try.
Fact.
yeah, being in the NFL and not trying is crazy. That's wild. That's pretty bad.
Y'all
But I
saw
mean, back.
that graphic of like CJ Stroud having, I think, 300 or 400, and Justin Fields has never even reached that.
Mhm.
Like that, I mean, that's
No,
crazy, but it's circumstances too.
no, no.
Like,
Yeah,
So the thing with Stroud is, I mean, the Texans are really young. Like
yeah,
there's like, I think the only veterans on that team is their left tackle Tunsil, and he's
mm,
really good. And I think it's Tunsil, Robert Woods, and then on the defense they have Perryman and what's the safety for the Niners? Ward, Ward, Ward.
yeah,
But that's it. And the rest of the guys are year one, year two, and like year three guys, and that's it.
hmm,
So I mean, he looked pretty good against the Colts because the Colts have a good defense too. Their defense is slept on too.
yeah,
Um, but similar like his line can't block though. But besides Tunsil, because he's getting abused back there.
mm,
And so was Fields, but the difference is Fields is in year three, Stroud's in year one. So
that
it's
is
a,
true.
a, ve-
100%.
a very very different.
To
Very
be
different
fair, I
teams.
feel like the Bears coaching staff is god awful, and I don't
Well,
know
there's
why I
that
haven't been
too.
fired yet.
Yeah,
I have no idea why I haven't been fired yet. It's insane.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, who's even their coach now? To be honest, I don't even know, and I pay attention to a lot of that
Matt
stuff too.
Matt look. I don't even know
No,
how to
no,
say.
That's Packers. Bears.
LaFleur's the Packers, so I don't even know who
Oh
the Bears
yeah,
coach is.
I don't even. I don't
So
know.
yeah.
yeah,
Adam Gates. Is it Adam Gates? Adam Gates?
dude,
No.
Gase hasn't
Nah.
dude, Gase hasn't coached since like Darnold era. Like that's bad,
Who was on the? Oh, we think about this. All right.
dude. I don't
But
even
either
know.
way, I don't care. The coach is. It's terrible. So
Yeah, I think the
they
crazy
honestly
thing.
that honestly was holding. Honestly, was I think it's holding him back, and he's lost the confidence. He's a great player. He
Yeah,
has talent.
Yeah,
He's put together. It's like Zach Wilson has all the talent in the world, but he's just
right.
lost
There's
Mhm.
yeah, but I
confidence.
mean, he has a shot now. I mean, it's still very early. Zach, I mean, he got to train with A-Rod all season, so I mean, he has a
Yeah,
shot now, though. I mean, I honestly don't think he's gonna do anything, especially with how loaded the AFC is. I don't think he does anything. And you just saw what happened. He
it's
played against
tough.
a good defense and got cooked. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, from the rookies too. I mean, Bryce Young looks good.
Mm.
He doesn't have a line either.
For
Let's
me,
pause.
oh,
Let's pause on that one.
for
So
me, like my biggest surprises, I'll say the biggest surprise for sure, Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah.
Um, Even though the Bears are bad, that game against the Vikings is nasty. He
yeah,
revived or not revived, but Mike Evans has put up the same production as he did with
I mean,
Brady.
yeah,
And keep in mind, it's 2 games. I don't expect it to
right.
last, but 2-0 is better than 0-2. And for my most shocking, I guess, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase is
That's a dud. That's bad.
it's something. It won't last just like Baker Mayfield won't last. This I'm pretty sure it won't
I don't
last as
know.
well.
The NFC's weak, bro. It's really weak compared to the
The
NFC.
NFC is weak, so, and the NFC South especially is pretty
It's
weak.
weak. Yeah,
But um, I don't think Joe Burrow and Jamar are gonna last doing this bad. But
yeah.
the AFC is strong. But last year they was 0-2. I'm pretty sure they're gonna
Right.
get it together.
That's what I was telling Joseph. Actually, we were just talking about that.
Yeah,
I mean, they were 0-2 last year, but they weren't struggling on offense though. They just couldn't close games out because
yeah, 100%.
they put up, I think they put up 3 points against the Ravens. Oh no, they put up 3 points against the Browns, and then they lost by
Mhm.
like a touchdown or two against the Ravens, which that's the team I'm
Yeah.
looking out for is Baltimore and Miami,
Mm.
those two.
I
So
don't think Miami's gonna hold up.
you don't think so?
I do
No, I don't
not
think
think so.
I don't think Tua's gonna hold up. Honestly,
Really?
I
Yeah.
don't think he's gonna.
I think he is, bro. He's got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, bro. That's all you need.
No, I meant like injury wise. The O
Oh,
line
oh,
still got.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
They still got
oh,
a suspect O
I meant
line.
that way too.
oh. He's gonna
Yeah,
hit his head again and done.
Like,
yeah. He
I
looks
mean,
good now.
it's just yeah, it's just tough because you got to think like the AFC because we thinking about offensive power. If you just think defensively, T.J.
Right.
Watts in the AFC,
We saw
like
what happened yesterday.
all these
He
great defense,
single-handedly wrecked that
exactly.
game.
All these great defensive and the Dolphins don't have that great of a line, and we seen Tua with pressure is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not
No.
something
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah.
So
And I got you because he hit his head.
I definitely think they'll win their division, but
Yeah.
Super Bowl is crazy to look at right now.
Right now,
If
it's still
if
early
that's
too. Things
it's
will happen.
very
I mean, the Bills. I mean, the Bills looked atrocious week one, but
yeah,
then week
100%.
two. I mean, they played the Raiders defense, and I see them
Because
every freaking
if
Sunday.
we going off of right now, honestly, you could say the Falcons that
They don't. But no. But
could be NFC champions if
being
we're going off 2 weeks.
being well, I mean, if you look at their defense, bro, it's not that bad.
It's not bad at all.
Their
And
defense
then
is not that bad.
Bijan is going to be the
Yeah,
MVP. Watch,
Bijan's a
like
freaking monster. I mean, he's breaking every tackle basically every time he touches the ball.
he's in motion in the backfield. You can't stop it.
And
He's
they
insane.
who they have London, they have Bijan,
Mhm.
they have Algier too.
Yep.
What
Yep.
receivers do they have now? Because I
Cordero
know they
Patterson. We don't. To be fair, we don't even use our receivers really. We have
They
Drake
don't.
London. We have Matt Collins. Right.
oh that's right,
We use our
that's right. Yeah,
times
they bring Mike
mostly
Collins.
John Smith, Kyle Pitts. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, he's yeah.
I feel so bad for Kyle Pitts. But we're winning, so he can't be that mad.
I think Kyle Pitts will start getting his because eventually with the way it beat because you guys have I think the last I think last year you guys were graded the best offensive line if I'm not mistaken. Um
Rushing wise, yes. We're like third rushing wise.
third
Pass blocking, it was
Got you. Okay,
No,
got you. But
it's so tough.
I think once Bijan really starts it, keeps it going, I think they'll load the box and Kyle Pitts will get his shots and Drake London will too. They're too athletic and too big not to. I mean, even the Packers, I mean,
Yeah.
Jordan Love looks good too. I mean, they did sell a lead against the Falcons. They were by two tutties, right? Two?
Yeah,
They were by two
yeah. I
tutties.
mean, watching the game, he was good on pocket was clean, but as soon as you get pressure on him, he wasn't him at that
Yeah.
point.
I
Yeah.
mean,
But the Bear game, like the Bears are awful and they make anybody look good. As in Baker Mayfield,
right.
Jordan Love.
Mhm.
He's not Jordan Love is. You can tell he studied 3 years on Aaron Rodgers. He looks
Yeah.
like throwing wise,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
throws a beautiful ball, but
Yeah.
pressure, nah, he's
He'll
not
learn
used to
that.
that
I
yet.
You
mean,
can't do it.
it's his first year, like first full year starting. So I mean, I think
Yeah.
before that
Yeah,
he only had like two other starts, and it was against the Chiefs, and they barely lost. And then I forgot what the other one
Mm.
was.
I'll say the good thing for him is he he can lose those close games.
Yeah,
Not a lot of other divisions can do that. The NFC North is literally up for grabs. If the Bears wanted to, they could win it. That's how crazy the NFC North is right now.
I got the
Uh,
Lions winning it.
I mean, it could be the Lions, it could be
Lions,
the Packers, it could be
Packers,
the Vikings.
Vikings. It's not the Bears though. It's not the Bears.
Everybody has their problems, and honestly, everybody has their problems. And honestly, Jordan Love is fine if he just, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah. No. So I got you.
stays in a clean pocket. He should be able to
Yeah,
get them to the
and
playoffs
he didn't have his best weapon either, in my
at
opinion,
all.
with
Yeah.
the Watson because he's been out for the first 2 weeks, I believe. I think he comes back this
Hmm.
week actually. So
Aaron Jones didn't play either. And honestly, they
he
played
didn't
probably
play.
with a loss, but
I mean they use him and Dylan the same, even though Jones is better, obviously, than Dylan.
yeah, yeah, Dylan, no, that man, I don't know what happened to him this year. He's like he has stones for feet now. That man's not getting nothing.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
Najee too. He runs like he has cinder blocks in his feet. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I, I mean, it's bad. All these running backs that wanted a contract, everything is
well, I
just
mean, look at
going
Nick Chubb,
downhill
bro.
for them.
Dude,
Yeah,
he
Nick
did
Chubb,
horrible.
Saquon got injured.
Saquon might play this week, but he's gonna get boxed. They're playing the Niners defense. All they're gonna do is load the box and make Daniel Jones beat them.
Well, I'll say he shouldn't play this week.
He
yeah,
shouldn't. He's good. Yeah, he
Chill
shouldn't.
out.
He sh so
CMC looks by far the healthiest and
well, he
good
doesn't have to. He
outside
doesn't.
of Bijan, but Bijan just got here, so
Well, see, the thing is with McCaffrey too. He is still the best weapon on that offense, without a doubt. But the thing is,
100%.
it's not like in Carolina where you knew the ball was going to him. With
Hmm.
with the Niners, you got Kittle, Debo, Ayuk.
Yeah.
I mean, Jennings had a crazy game too. He caught some crazy pass, and instead even Mitchell when Mitchell's healthy. I mean,
But yeah, they got weapons. The Cowboys just got weapons on weapons.
weapons on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I
On both
mean,
sides.
but do they have Baker Mayfield? I do not think so. Do they have Derek Carr? No.
No,
So we'll see.
but yeah, no, yeah. The NFC is a coin flip besides the Saints or besides the Niners and the Cowboys and Philly.
Yeah.
Philly does look a little suspect though. They don't look as good as last year.
They didn't look as good as last year at this point either. To be honest, they just heated up at the right time. So
Well, they
I'd
were
expect them to do the same.
yeah, I mean they were 8-0 last year, but
Mm,
they were really dominant last year. They don't look as dominant.
yeah.
They almost lost to the Patriots.
But you gotta remember they're 8-0. Everybody was saying they wasn't playing good teams, which they
Right,
kind of weren't. So
right,
that's what I meant by I mean they
right. No,
didn't
no, no.
start
So I
off
got
too
you.
hot because it's bad teams like
Right.
yeah. To be fair,
but
yeah,
they
the Giants
like
have the same similar schedule, and they were pretty good
mm,
too, huh?
exactly the Vikings were the
Yeah,
second
You guys were the second
undefeated
seed,
team, so
right?
they lost. Yeah,
You
second
you
seed,
you guys finished the second
undefeated.
seed. Yeah.
And now we 0-2 because to Baker Mayfield and friends. Like it's yeah.
To Baker Mayfield and who'd you guys
right.
play this past week? Or who'd you guys? Oh no, wait, no, who'd you guys play,
The,
Mo?
the
The Vikings,
we
They played
played the
the
Eagles.
they
Eagles.
played the.
Vikings play
Yeah,
the Eagles.
Oh,
we
that's right,
played the
that's right.
Eagles.
Hey, y'all almost
And
Yeah,
came back and won though.
Kirk Cousins,
Kirk had a crazy game.
definitely a dark horse MVP. Will he win it? No.
Well, the problem is
But
you guys won't win. You guys gotta win games.
oh, we're not gonna win games, but I definitely think Kirk Cousins should be MVP or should be looked at as MVP
Should be looked at.
hundred
I wouldn't
percent.
say he is
I don't
because
think he is gonna be. But honestly, if I had a vote, it's going to Michael Parsons.
I was
I've
gonna
never
say the
seen
same.
this before
I was gonna say the
in my
same
life.
thing. I was just about to say the same thing. I think I
If it
mean it's week 3, but with the way
mm,
things are looking, it's Micah right now for
if
sure.
a non-quarterback
I
was
get
to
it.
win
It's
the
Micah.
award this year, it's Micah.
It's Micah without a
100%.
question.
yeah. They need honestly they need to change that title of that award because it's just best quarterback and the best team.
Yeah, pretty much,
100%.
pretty much.
100%.
But I mean,
Because
Yeah,
give
receiver
Kirk,
could be
give
lights out
Kirk.
all year, but the receiver stats would go to the quarterback, and the quarterback would end up winning anyway. So it's kind of like,
Yep.
yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, shoot, if JJ didn't get clamped the last week, I mean, if he went for 2K, he could have won it too last year.
I don't think he would have won it because that one year Derrick Henry went for 2K. He didn't even get third
Shoot,
place, I think,
I think
which
the
is
year where
crazy.
the Rams won the Super Bowl, I honestly thought Cup was gonna get it because he
I
triple
thought Cup
crowned.
was going to win. I thought McCaffrey was going to get it when he was in Carolina, but
At 20, I think that was 2018. Yeah, that
yeah,
was 2018.
they strictly stuck on quarterbacks getting it, which I
Yeah,
mean, it's cool.
which
Lamar
which
deserved his.
granted that was Mahomes' MVP year. He threw for like 52 touchdowns in his
Yeah,
first year starting.
Mahomes
So I
deserved it. I'm
mean,
not saying none of them deserved it.
right,
Maybe nah. Everybody, I can't think of one fluky like MVP. Like they were a good quarterback, but outside of quarterback, man, there's a lot of good
yeah,
players
players that impact
like
the
better.
game.
yeah, and
Hmm.
it's only getting better too. I mean, each year, offenses are getting bigger, faster. I mean, defenses too. Both sides bigger, faster, and stronger, and more explosive.
Yeah,
I mean, you got
You know what
guys
I
like
don't
J.
get? They got the NFL top 100 list. How come the number one guy don't get the MVP?
exactly,
Don't know
Like,
exactly.
if the players know who the best player is,
players.
why does the media know who the best player is? Why would you giving the
Hundred
quarterbacks?
percent.
That is very
It's a
true.
quarterback award, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy
but I
because the
mean,
amount of times Adrian Peterson was won, Justin Jefferson won. Like it's usually not a quarterback unless it was like Brady or something. But it's usually not a quarterback that's won in the top 100.
I think the only undisputed like top 100s where they won MVP was Cam Newton and Lamar and Mahomes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Those
Yeah.
three.
Holmes won it last year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which he did win MVP, which it was well deserved too, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well deserved.
And Cam Newton's and Lamar's first full season starting for sure, without a question.
Yeah. Hmm.
So,
I
and I
mean, for
mean,
us being in week 3, you don't think any QB deserves MVP right now?
I would just say honestly, probably
There's
Lamar.
3 in my
I would
mind. There's
uh,
Lamar. Kirk is playing pretty good, and I think Tua. Tua's
Tua.
playing
Yeah.
Tua's
Yeah.
playing good, bro.
So
Over
But
Michael Parsons though is
yeah,
I know,
yeah,
I
well,
know,
yeah,
but it's a QB award at the end of the day.
that is
yeah.
true.
Sadly it is. But I mean, I
But if we're
think
going off of no QBs, like I think Tyreek Hill is up there
it's
too, bro.
it's
Oh,
it's
I
it's
forgot, yo.
it's Tyreek or Micah, bro.
Tyreek is crazy.
It's Tyreek
Hmm.
or Micah. I mean that week one that Tyreek had, that man basically put the like offense on his back
215 yards, 2 touchdowns.
and 11
Week 1.
catches. That is crazy. That's
That is
unheard of. Well, it's
insane.
not. Well, I mean, it's not now. It's not unheard of, but I mean, that's wild.
It's
That's wild.
regular for him.
Pretty much. I mean, shoot. I mean, he looks better than he did in KC, in my opinion. I mean, that's crazy to say because he was a cheat code in KC
100%.
and still is. So I mean, and the biggest thing is too, he hasn't got like hurt either. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, hopefully that does not happen.
Hopefully, it doesn't happen. He's never been hurt. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, like we were just talking, there's a lot of talent. It's only getting better. But I mean, there's a lot of guys that are really good, but that are struggling right now. And I think it's just beginning of the season. I mean, because like we were talking about, the Bengals were 0-2 last year. Jacksonville was 1-6 last year at one point, and they both turned it around. Jacksonville's 1-6, made the playoffs. They beat the Chargers 27-0. They honestly should have beat KC. So, and the Bengals were 0-2 and made their second consecutive championship game to go to the Super Bowl, but they ended up losing this time. But so,
Mhm.
and teams like Buffalo's window's closing, so they got to win it probably within the next 3 years because Diggs isn't getting any younger.
Mm. I'd argue the Saints' window is closing, even though it's not as big as it used to be.
Well,
Their
No, that's
window is
closing.
definitely closing.
No. That's closing. It's not
yeah,
closing. Saints is
You
I
don't
mean,
closing.
think it's closing?
No.
I don't
I
know. I
mean,
just feel like
I think they win
when
the division. I'm
I
not
think
gonna
they win
lie.
the division
It's
this
either
year
them or
too, but
Atlanta.
100%.
Atlanta playing
But
good.
I don't think
but the
I don't think they can beat Dallas. I don't think they can beat Philly.
no.
I definitely don't think they can beat the
100%.
49ers.
They're not beating those 3 teams, but like
Yeah. So that's the only coin flip we have in the NFC. One of those three teams are going. The rest of the
Yeah.
NFC, they don't really have any chance. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
yeah.
I don't know about no chance because if the Lions could get it together,
Is it
I
the
don't think
Lions?
they'll be
Nah.
as scary. Yeah, I don't think
But
they'll be as
compared
scary.
No,
but
But if
the
they
compared to
Lions
could get
those
it
defense is
three
together,
garbage.
teams,
The Lions'
They-
defense is horrendous.
Oh, it is
And
100%.
Mo.
Horrendous.
But they got pieces though. That's the crazy. That's why I don't
And
understand.
Mo, they
have
also just
pieces.
they just
Wait, on the
lost
Lions?
they lost their best defender for the season too
Fact,
today.
which
So
is yeah.
CJ,
And
they lost
compared
CJ.
to the top 3 teams in the NFC,
Right. Yeah.
they're
But
not
I mean,
doing
I'm
that.
saying in terms of like the Saints, the Falcons, like
Yeah,
those
yeah, but
lower
like
tier NFC teams.
you
Yeah.
got the Cowboys, Eagles, and Niners. Those teams have no
Yeah.
weaknesses
Yeah.
at all.
100%.
Even the
100%.
Eagles look shaky right now. I mean,
Well,
I think
It
they
is
figured it
early.
out though.
Cowboys' weakness is Dak. That's the only weakness they have.
yeah,
And let's be
It's
honest.
Dak.
He's
literally
It's
it.
no. It's Dak,
Yeah.
and their playing calling in crunch time is just terrible.
I think that's Dak's fault though.
Well, yeah,
Honestly.
Dak makes
Yeah.
terrible decisions in crunch
Decisions, yeah,
time.
true.
Like
True,
against
that
the
is true.
Niners 2 years in a row, he sold. He
Yeah.
sold
We-
both
We
times.
already got a good sample times with Dak. He's about to be in Kirk Cousins territory. That Dak is
Yeah.
bad.
Here it is.
I don't see. I think hot take. If you put Kirk Cousins on the Cowboys, they're winning the Super Bowl. That's just the way he's playing right now.
You
The
think?
way he's playing is.
I mean, you gotta understand
insane.
too. Kirk doesn't have a defense either, and he
Kirk
never
never
hasn't
had
had
a
a
defense at all.
defense. Ever
never
since
had a
he's been
defense.
in
Minnesota,
Minnesota, bro, he's
they've
never had
never
a
had
defense. bro.
because the minute he came,
Yeah.
they paid him. I mean, they did give him a bit, but they kind of restructured it though. Because
Yeah, we paid Daniil Hunter.
yeah,
Instead,
well, oh no, the year
and
before he
that's our whole
came,
defense.
the year before he came was when Harrison Smith was in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Daniil, Everson Griffin was there. Barr Kendricks, like
David
that defense.
Rhodes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Rhodes. Yeah, that defense
And then
was
we had a
stacked.
defensive-minded coach of Mike Zimmer. And then
Zimmer.
once
Oh,
he
that's
got
right. That's right.
fired,
Yeah.
it was downhill.
And
we
then
don't
now
have a defense now.
they have a Kevin O'Connell came from the Rams. He was Sean
He's a
McVay's
great
OC.
coach, but
Yeah,
our
just no
defense is
defense.
bad.
Just no
It's
defense.
forever going to suffer.
So I mean, yeah, the NFC is definitely like a wild card outside of the, like we said, the Niners, Cowboys, and Eagles. But the
Between those three.
being
Yeah,
then we go
easy.
to
The
we go,
AFC, I look at the AFC, I could look at any team and I'll be
yeah,
like,
there's
they have
yeah.
a chance.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
That's
shoot,
the
there's at
AFC,
least
anyone has a chance or not.
there's at least two
Well,
teams from every
We
division.
can argue.
that-
We can argue that. We can argue that.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
AFC. Barring injury, we
Yeah.
can argue that.
yeah, well, yeah, if everyone's
Yeah.
healthy, that's that's what we're doing. If everyone's healthy, because you
Yeah,
you can't. I
if
mean,
everyone's healthy. I mean, even look, the Chiefs aren't even looking that good right now.
Mhm.
Right now. But they always do they always start off bad though?
they don't
They
start off
kind of
bad.
they started shaky.
They start
Yeah.
off shaky, but not like this
Yeah.
because they lost to the. I mean, they lost to the Lions because their receivers had no
Well,
hands,
Kelsey wasn't there either.
and Kelsey
Yeah.
wasn't there.
I mean, and
And-
Kelsey came back
and-
last
and-
week and
And
almost
Chris
lost.
Jones
Yeah.
wasn't
But
there
see,
either, so.
well, their defense played really good, but
It
their
did.
offense only put up 17, which is kind of a little shaky for them because
Yeah.
they're putting up like 28 plus points a game usually. So I think they'll be fine. I mean, Kelsey just came off his first major injury, and he was also on a snap count too. And like I said, the receivers are really young. I mean, this is Tony's third year? Yeah, third year. So Sky Moore's year 2.
Mhm.
Sky
Van
Moore?
Lis-
No.
yeah. Van Lis Scouting's he's just a deep threat. He's just a big body that goes downfield and throw it in. He's gonna go
He's
out.
the receiver. You throw it up to him in crunch time, he gonna catch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically
He's-
downfield.
He's
He's
gonna
fast.
catch it.
He's fast. But I mean, they have McKinnon. Pacheco runs good, but yeah. I mean, they're definitely missing the receiver, like veteran, because they had McCole the last couple years. They had Pringle. I mean,
Mhm.
last year the receivers were McCole, Moore, and Tony. Those were like their big
And
three
Juju.
last year. And
Juju.
Juju. Forgot. You're right. So that's why they don't have veterans no more. They're all young guys now that are still learning.
Yeah.
So, but I think they still win the AFC West. As hard as that is to say, because I'm a Raider fan, they're still winning the AFC West. I don't care how stacked the Chargers are. The Chargers always find a way towards the end of the season to either lose in the playoffs or not make it, which I don't know how, because they literally have one of the best rosters. But I mean, from the AFC, there's pretty much two teams from every division. Maybe besides the I mean, let's see. Chargers, Chiefs, Dolphins, Bills. I mean, the said if Deshaun can get it together, they have a scary team too. Because Deshaun and
I mean-
Cooper look good.
Based on your teams, let's name off the quarterbacks and who do we trust? All right, Chief, we trust Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Bengals, they're 0-2 right now, but we trust Joe Burrow.
I still trust Joe Burrow. Yeah,
Josh Allen, do we trust
Yes.
Josh Allen?
No.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I think
trust Josh
so.
Allen.
They'll make
Give me a
playoffs.
Give me a
Wait, in
percentage
terms
how
of
much you
what?
trust him.
I say
Give me a
50.
percentage.
50. I say 50 because he's either
Yeah,
going to win
He's
like
the game.
good.
He's
Is
either
Josh
that
going to
good?
win the
Allen is
game or
like
lose the game. He's either going to
he's
win or
probably
lose
like
the
the
game.
most confusing QB in the
QB.
league right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
he'll play so
Next to
good and
Shaq.
then just play like buns.
He's Brett
Like
Favre. He's Brett Favre 2.0.
he's a turnover machine at times. So it's like
He's literally Brett Favre 2.0. It's literally what he is. So
Tua,
how
I
do
mean,
have Tua been in any like big NFL games yet? I don't think he has.
No,
So do
no.
we trust? We can't
he
say if we
hasn't
trust him or
not.
not yet. He's unproven. So that's two teams
Mm.
down. What else? The Ravens. I
I
mean,
trust Lamar.
of course,
I trust
Lamar,
Lamar.
yeah, but playoff Lamar is not good.
Right.
Playoff,
But
so
I mean their defense is they finally got a healthy defense because the problem is everyone's always hurt. So and they
I mean,
so
that's it.
yeah, but like you look at all the times Lamar's been to the playoffs.
playoffs, right?
He
Yeah.
has like
Well,
one. He
especially
has one playoff win.
Yeah,
against
one.
I mean,
the Titans.
last year he didn't even play. He didn't even play last year. So
And they still
The
made the
the
freaking playoffs
the
somehow.
first year he came in as a backup for Joe Flacco.
Well, no, that's when
yeah,
they got.
yeah.
But he took them to the playoffs, and then the year two was obviously he was a cheat
Yeah,
code.
his
But
full.
then Derrick Henry came in and ended that real quick.
Yeah.
And then they lost to the Titans, and then they lost to the Bengals last year. Yeah,
But has he had
I
a
mean,
bad playoff game? I
who
think he's
I
had
Lamar?
mean
one.
that
Yeah.
Raven game was bad. Oh, that Titan game was bad. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
that's like the one though
right.
out of all of them. I think because
But if
even
they
the
can,
Chargers game where he came in for Joe Flacco in the middle of the year wasn't bad at
oh
all.
yeah, well, he was a rookie, and he came in the
Yeah.
middle of the year, which is
Hmm.
crazy, which is wild.
So I think it's just been one bad playoff game. It's not crazy.
I mean, I think they win that division just based off what we've seen. I mean, they shut. I mean, the Browns' offense is Deshaun Watson has no throwing power no more. But I mean, the Browns do have a good offensive line. So Amari Cooper's really underappreciated. He's been balling out these first 2 weeks, and he balled out last year too.
And then Joker's going crazy too.
He's good too, and I mean, said even with Nick Chubb out, they still have one of the best offensive lines in football. So, and they're probably and I don't know if y'all know, but Kareem Hunt went to go visit with them today too, so he's probably coming back.
Yeah.
He'll probably come back.
Is
Probably
it crazy to say I trust Jimmy G to
Bro.
not turn over the ball, not to
Okay.
win, not to win,
So,
to not turn over
but
the ball?
Oh man.
Jimmy G always had a good defense. The Raiders
Mm.
don't have a good defense.
Oh no, we do
So
not,
you
man.
can trust Jimmy G,
But you can't
they're
trust
not
that
gonna win.
defense. You
They
can't
can
trust that
Okay, cool.
defense.
So yeah,
You
yeah.
can't.
Let me tell you from a Jimmy G experience. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? When it comes to big time games, look at the Super Bowl by example. He had Emmanuel Sanders downfield, and what did he do? Overthrew it. He overthrew it. Every big game we've been in, we can't win for some reason. Whether it's him throwing a bad pass or I don't know what it is. It's just him just not finishing the job. We make it all the way to the NFC Championship just to lose. To what? To Tart dropping a pick against the Rams. And we had last year all four quarterbacks got hurt. Which
That's
is
wild.
insane.
That is
And then
freaking
this
cool.
year we'll see what happens this year. I mean,
Purdy's
we're
looking
2-0.
Purdy's
Purdy's
good.
looking good, but he's also has a very good defense. It's too early to be saying like, yeah, he's hitting.
Yeah.
He's playing good. He's playing good, but like our defense is our strong point right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what you guys built the roster, or I mean, you guys just paid Nick Bosa. You guys have Armstead still, and you guys brought in it was Payne, right, Duran? Or
Yeah. It was what's his name? From the
Hargrave?
Eagles. Hargrave, yeah.
Hargrave, yeah, sorry, yeah. You guys brought in Hargrave. Payne's still on
Yeah.
the Commanders. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, if you notice, all the teams that go to the playoffs and make the Super Bowl usually have a pretty good defense. They have an average defense at worst.
Yeah. Either you have like a lights out all-star quarterback like Pat Mahomes, or you got a great defense.
Great defense, and that's what
Going back to the question of the QBs we trust, do we trust Justin Herbert? I just want to know where everyone's
I trust
standing.
Herbert.
Yeah.
I don't
He's not
trust
making
their
it that
coach.
far. He's not gonna make it that far anyway.
But it's not his fault though. It's not his fault. It's his coach's fault.
I mean, at the end of the day, his defense is still kind of bad.
His
the
defense
defense
is
is bad.
horrible. But they have so many players though. That's the
all
problem.
five all pros in his defense.
But they get cooked. But the thing is when they
play,
but the thing is when they play against good offenses, they get annihilated. Like
I mean,
just
Mac
cooked.
as much as he's not who he was.
Well, yeah, he's not prime
He's
on Bears and
aging.
Raiders, but
They still had Derwin James,
best
Yeah.
safety
Joey
in the league.
Bosa. Their DBs are solid.
But J.C.
J.C.
Jackson,
Jackson,
yeah, but he's been getting
Yeah.
cooked though, and he's been getting hurt.
which is I don't understand. I don't know what's going on with him.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it's wild. I mean, if you notice with the Patriots DBs, for some reason Belichick knows how to groom them. Then they become free agents. They get signed for big money somewhere else, and then they just suck or they get hurt. Besides
Yeah.
Darrell Revis, maybe, but
Nah, I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
look
he was
at
Jets prior, so he was his own different breed.
yeah, oh yeah.
bro,
So
but if you look at, I mean, if you're going all the way back, you go Akeem Talib, bro. He's been elite
true.
on every team he's been on, bro. He's been elite on every team, and he played for the Patriots. So
Yeah,
And Stephon Gilmore.
Gilmore too.
Gil
Even though
Gilly
he's
is
getting,
insane.
he's that final stone for the Cowboys defense. The minute they signed him, I was like, oh geez, that defense is gonna be, and they're already good too without him, but with him, that's
But the Cowboys folded under pressure. Just keep that in mind. Keep
we'll
that
see
in
this
mind.
year. We'll see this year. I mean, I actually somewhat believe in them finally, but I said that 2 years ago, and this Dak decided to slide. So
You said that I think every year now.
because they have a good bro, if you look at the roster, they have no holes. They have
They
no
don't.
holes.
Maybe that deep
Dak is the fattest hole ever.
The biggest
But
hole, a suspect quarterback.
it's
the
Dak.
suspect quarterback, exactly.
And
I
Dak's
think
cool, but
this year, bro, he has to prove like that he can get
Well, I
off
mean,
the.
he's already 31, and they brought in Trey Lance, which
That's
is,
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
Trey Lance probably won't play for another year or two, but
I don't
I mean,
even think
he's
that's the main concern. If Dak doesn't get it done, Kirk Cousins is signing with the Cowboys.
You
could
think?
happen. Could happen.
100%. Because the Vikings aren't going to sign him back.
But why would
This
they
is
sign another technically
Yeah, I
a
mean,
white version of Dak? I guess. Why would they
I
do that?
I don't know. It's the
It's
Cowboys.
no upgrading there. You gotta
There isn't, but it's the Cowboys, man. They got Trey Lance, and
you gotta understand though
yeah,
too. I mean, that is a possibility because the thing is too, the Vikings don't have a line either, so I don't know how Kirk
they
is start
don't.
putting
We're gonna.
putting these numbers up. I don't
I
know
think.
how he's
I
doing it.
think they're gonna
But
go
I
into
mean,
a rebuilding process. Get rid of JJ at some point. Not
no,
this year.
no, no.
Probably not next year. But it's going to happen. Like Diggs, I feel like he's gonna want out. And then Kirk Cousins is expiring this year, and you don't have a defense. So
The thing is with the Vikings, I think they signed Kyler Murray. If the
I think
Cardinals
so
get
too.
the first round pick, the first
Yeah,
overall pick, they get
I agree
Caleb
with you on that.
Williams,
they're
and
going
then you
to. I
go.
bet you at the end of the season they're gonna start tanking. They're trying right now to act like they're not tanking.
To be
Okay,
honest,
at the
I
end of
think
the
that's what
season.
I think that's what happened with the Giants game. How the hell do you blow a 28-0 lead?
I don't know.
That is
The
They're
crazy. I
GM
mean,
came down and was like,
They're
guys, stop
tanking.
winning.
I
They're
think that's.
tanking.
I
Ruining my
think they
plan.
they had to remember they're tanking.
They
That's what I'm
blew a
Yeah,
lead
saying.
to the Commanders because they're tanking.
exactly. They say, all right, good job, guys. Halftime,
but the
good job,
thing
guys. Play
is,
a good game.
if
All right,
they
stop
said,
crying.
oh, they said if they do get that first pick, okay, I don't think Caleb's gonna want to play for them.
Well,
I don't
he
think
he
so.
said he's gonna stay extra year, or that's what his dad said. Like there was like
Basically
articles saying
saying the
that his
Cardinals, I'm
he
not
doesn't
going.
want
Yeah,
to play for the Cardinals.
the
They
Cardinals.
still got quarterbacks to come out. Shador Sanders looks pretty good right now.
He
He
doesn't
looked
want
Hey,
the
good.
he can come
There
out.
is
no.
there's nothing that
Um,
could survive the
Dion,
Arizona, bro.
Dion wants him to come back. He wants him and Shiloh to come back for another year. He said
I
I
so.
mean,
mean, we'll
So the
see,
his
bro.
choice at that time.
Hey, that
so
number one pick money says different, bro. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta
I
say.
know, right?
yeah, I mean, we'll
You the
at the
see.
number
end of
one
the
pick.
day,
You
it's their
going.
decision. It's not Dion's
Mm-hmm.
decision every time. So
I mean,
I
what
mean,
the
we'll see
Cardinals,
what they do.
what the Cardinals could even do is give up Kyler and get the both first round picks and try to pair Caleb with Marvin Harrison too. I've been hearing stuff
I
about that
think
too.
they could get some good picks
Picks, yeah,
for Kyler Murray.
for Kyler for sure. Because I don't even think Kyler's that bad. It's just he's in
I
a
mean,
really bad situation now.
they trashed his trade value anyway. But
They
no,
did.
the gaming, the
That too.
flaws. You have to study the book.
Yeah,
People not his own teammates not defending him doing some stuff. Say he has a
yeah,
bad attitude. He's fighting with his
Yeah.
coaches. Like
yeah,
he's kind of ruining his trade value.
yeah.
I don't even
And,
think they're gonna get a first round pick out of it if they
no.
trade him.
and,
In
and
my
he's still a
opinion.
small quarterback too.
Yeah,
That's
He's
another
still
thing.
small.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
because you see with the Russell Wilson, like we already seen when you give up a big package for quarterbacks, yeah, it's
I mean,
rarely worked out.
well, I mean, bro, perfect example, A-Rod.
Exactly.
That's
I
like
mean,
that's
but
like
that's
that's
not
like
his
the.
fault.
I mean, but Terrier being out for the season, I mean, it's
Yeah.
one thing. It's one thing, like if he sucked, like how Russ did last year, but
Yeah.
he tore his Achilles on not even the end of not even on the second drive, on the like fourth or third play of the game. Like
I get that, but
that's
I'll hit you like you said, Aaron Rodgers. I'll hit you with Matthew Stafford. I mean, you win a ring,
I
giving
mean, they
up
got a
all
ring
that.
though. They got a
Yeah,
ring out of it
exactly.
though.
So I mean, you could either have Aaron Rodgers, you can have Matthew Stafford. So I
Stafford,
get why some teams do it, but for Kyler, I'm not giving up a first round pick.
right? But the Cardinals are
I
gonna try
mean,
to beg their way
I
into
think
it.
you still could, bro, because he's
I think
still
they could.
young.
He's still young,
He is
Still
young.
young.
He is young,
You know,
but
I feel like when he gets to the right team, he'll succeed more.
and the
100%.
Cardinals can't cut him either because of all that money they're paying him, and a
Yeah.
lot of
But
it's
if there's
guaranteed.
anyone I
They're gonna
feel,
trade him.
yeah,
Maybe I'm gonna say the Jets. Maybe if Aaron can't come back, they need a quarterback.
They
Maybe
could.
the Jets,
They
Hey,
could.
maybe,
but I don't know.
maybe.
I don't think they look. I don't think he's gonna be good in New York either. They're gonna crap on it all over him.
I
That's not
don't
his
know.
playbook.
They need to figure it out though, because Zach Wilson hasn't gotten better. A-Rod, we
Mm.
don't know if he's returning next year. We
He
don't
said
know
he
what's gonna
wants to,
happen with
but
him.
we'll
He
see.
wants to, but he's
Said he
at that
wants to.
age. Well, how
Right.
old is he?
He's
38.
He'd be 40.
37, 38,
He's gonna
37, 38.
he's gonna be 40.
Oh, he might
He'd
be
be
40.
40.
You might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
and he
old.
just had like a yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
he tore
know.
his Achilles at 40 years old.
Yeah. So
Yeah, bro.
he's probably not coming back. They need to figure that out. It's not really good. Maybe Kirk Cousins. Maybe you're right. Get Kirk Cousins. I don't know. They
Yeah.
could.
It,
That's
it could
about
be
it. I mean,
could be similar to like a Matthew Stafford situation where they trade him to a team that's like a quarterback away from being a good offense and then that has a really elite defense.
But is Kyler Murray the quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Because there's not a lot of systems where you could just plug in Kyler Murray and you're Super
Right.
Bowl, you're winning a Super Bowl.
Right.
Because
Because
we can't just put like Kyler Murray on the Steelers and they win a Super because that would go horribly wrong in my opinion. You
that
can't put
offense
him on the
is
Patriots. You can't like there's certain
right,
offenses where
right, and it needs to
and
be a
there's
spread
not a lot.
offense. His offense
Yeah,
is he's a
100%.
spread type, and the Jets
Mm-hmm.
aren't a spread. They run a lot of
No,
bunch and
correct.
power and play actions and stuff like that. Kyler's not that kind of quarterback. He
Mm.
wants
I mean,
everyone
again, you could adjust to Kyler. I mean, with the
right.
Steelers, like you said, with the
Yeah,
Steelers, they have a good defense.
Great
100%.
Like
defense when healthy.
always they were always like top five, I think, whenever they're
Yeah,
healthy.
and they still are.
Mhm.
Still are.
And imagine him throwing to George Pickens.
That would be insane.
That's insane.
Yeah.
They have a decent team over there. It's just they have
But
to
the thing
adjust
is,
them.
I think they trust
It's
Pickett
like
though.
another Lamar in Baltimore situation.
I think they
They-
believe
No,
in Pickett though.
they trust Pickens. They trust Pickens. I was just saying like certain offenses, the way they're
I
ran
don't
right
know.
now. But they honestly could just switch it around for Kyler. I mean,
I
because it
think it's
is
just
Kyler Murray.
Pickens is not him. Bro. I don't think
oh,
he's
okay,
good
calm.
anymore.
Well, he's
I don't
not.
think he's good.
Pickens.
No, I think he's talking about Pickett. I think he's talking about Kenny.
Oh, Kenny
Yeah.
Pickett. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's not. You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah,
No.
no, Pickens.
George
Not
Pickens
him.
is him, bro.
That whole
No,
quarterback
George
class
Pickens is
not-
crazy.
George Pickens is him.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I said Pickett, my fault.
I
But,
mean,
like,
you get him talent. He's not. He's
I
not
mean,
Zach Wilson terrible.
And
Like
the
he
thing
can.
is, the Steelers receiving
Yeah.
core is pretty underappreciated. I mean, Deontay Johnson, when he's healthy, very underrated.
Mhm.
He's very good. He's hurt right now, which sucks. He's on the IR, so he's out for the next 4 games. But I mean, they have Johnson, Pickens, and what's that guy from Memphis? The really fast guy, Calvin something. I forgot his last name.
Calvin Austin.
Calvin
Yeah,
Austin.
yeah. He's nice too. And they've been slowly getting him more touches and stuff as the.
I know Najee ain't what his
Nah,
rookie
Najee.
form
No,
was,
dude, Najee had
Bro,
a good rookie
Najee
year,
is.
and then he
but
runs like cinder blocks.
it
Literally,
just
Yeah,
sucks.
but
I wouldn't be surprised though if like there's a trade at the deadline and they get a running back, but I don't know. The running
I
back
think
market is looking scarce right now.
this year for running backs is just proving why they're not getting paid a lot.
I mean,
On
the
that
Nick,
100%.
the Nick, like we're
It's
talking
just
about, is it's the Nick Chubb injury is like the perfect example.
The
Yeah,
dude
I
who
mean,
got traded, Dalvin Cook, has not produced at
Nope,
all,
it's been the Brees
and
Hall
he
show,
wanted a fat contract. Like it's just not gonna
the
happen.
only one that's proven their
dude,
contract is CMC
CMC,
and
100%.
Eckler when he got
and
his first
Eckler.
extension.
I
Yeah,
mean, you could make the argument for Henry too, but
No,
because he's
bro,
doing this, bro. He's
no,
been
yeah,
doing this. Henry
Jacobs
been
wanted
doing this.
Jacobs wanted big money too, He had 9 carries for -9 yards last week. Negative
Exactly.
9 carries for -9 is crazy.
Exactly.
That is wild.
He
I would
was
love
wild.
to see like someone like Jonathan Taylor on the Steelers, but
See,
it's
He
I
wanted big
think
money too. Where is he?
exactly, but I
Where
don't
is
think
he?
he deserves big money. Like he does
no.
good, but
He's
dang, all
he's
these
he's
running backs
good,
are
but
just
his offensive line is like loaded too. I mean, they have the best guard in football, in my opinion. So
yeah.
with Quinnen, with
Yeah,
Big
their line
Q,
is good, but
the
they're
line,
not doing nothing.
and Richardson's looking good too with that line too. They're 2-0. I mean, it's because that
They
defense too. That
won week
defense is good
one.
too. They won both games. They're 2-0.
Oh
And granted,
snap!
they played I forgot who they played week 1, but they played Houston last week. So
Who you talking about?
the Colts, they're
I
two
don't,
zero.
bro. I don't think they went 2-0.
Yeah, I don't
They're
think they're two. No, they look no, they're not 2-0. They're not.
no, I thought they were 2-0. Let
No,
me see.
no, they're one. They're 1-1. They're 1-1.
Yeah,
I thought they were 2-0. I could have sworn they were 2-0. Let me see.
Nah, I remember that. They're 1-1.
yeah. They lost. It was a good game though, but they lost.
Yeah, this man Anthony Richardson needs to.
Shoot, they are.
Needs to,
He's gonna be nice. I can't lie.
He got to
needs to.
chill though.
He needs
Yeah,
to chill. That man reckless. He's just running. Yeah, that man reckless.
he got a concussion. Whoa, he didn't even look like he had it. Who they lose to? Oh, that
He
was to
hasn't had a
Jacksonville, right?
clean game yet.
I think
Yeah,
they barely lost to Jacksonville. But see, the thing is, he's the most raw prospect of all the quarterbacks. Like, see, the thing is with Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, both teams are expecting them to go in there and be like, not top 10, but be winners right away. It's not going to happen with the rosters they have. Bryce
Mm.
Young maybe, but CJ Stroud that roster is atrocious, like we were talking about.
No, Bryce
Richardson
Young, man.
with the Richardson, they drafted him just go and play football. And win or lose, just go play. Go run,
yeah.
go be reckless, go get a concussion, do what you got to do. Go.
He's
So go
about
do
to
what you
hurt
got.
himself. That man is
I mean,
literally
I
just
mean,
Yeah, he
not
about to
sliding.
shorten
He's
his.
literally
let's
trying to
see.
truck people. He's not. The whole coaching needs to rein him in because he's really about to be Cam Newton 2.0 and have a
I
year
remember,
like
yeah.
Cam Newton.
I remember when Lamar like his first couple games, he played exactly like this, like straight up reckless. Like
Just running around.
yes, it's
Yeah.
just it's scary to watch. Not gonna lie, because you want him to have a long career.
Oh no, I want Richardson to. I think he's going to be the most.
He's getting offensive rookie of the year, in
I
my
think so too.
opinion. 'Cause-
I think so
Oh,
or
too.
or Bijan.
yeah, okay, okay,
Oh
okay,
yeah. I
yeah.
forgot about Bijan. Yeah, it's gonna be him or Bijan.
Bijan is going
Or
insane.
Jordan Addison, huh? Zay Flowers.
Mm.
That's not a bad take
That's
either.
not a
That's
bad
not a
take
bad
either.
take.
That's not bad. I forgot
That
about
boy,
him too. He is nice. I can't
Zay
lie.
Flowers too.
Oh,
The rookies are
I
There's a
forgot
good.
Zay
lot.
too. There's a lot of
The
There's a
rookies.
lot
rookies
of
are
candidates.
good.
And even
Does the Rams receiver count as a rookie?
he is a rookie.
He is a rookie.
Yeah,
He's a rookie.
yeah,
I mean,
rookie, yeah,
if we're talking about it right now, it's either him or Bijan. That man had 10 plus catches in both of his first career starts and 100 plus yards
yeah,
in both starts.
yeah. He got it. He got it. But how
And
long until someone clamps it up is the question.
well,
But
Cup's
once
come.
Cooper Cup comes back, it's
Yeah,
gonna
that's what I'm
be
saying.
over.
Cup's coming. Cup, yeah. And their
So
offense, I mean, with Cup, it's not bad. I mean, the problem with the Rams last year was they were all hurt. Like their whole team was hurt. Then, bro,
mm.
they had Baker Mayfield come in the middle of the week, and I don't want to, I'm not gonna talk
and
about it,
beat
bro.
the Raiders. That's good
He
stuff.
he was on the team for 3 days and decided he threw a game-winning touchdown, man. That's wild. But I mean, yeah, I mean,
Baker's him.
he's never been
That is
bad,
favorite
but
name.
he's never been bad. I just think he gets too much hate.
Yeah, he lost a
Yeah,
lot of confidence after the Browns. Lost confidence. I think Carolina. They kept pitching him Sam Darnold.
I honestly
That
thought he
was
was gonna. I thought he was gonna do good in Carolina. I was like, oh, that's nice. They have DJ Moore still. They have McCaffrey at the time too still. So
mm.
I mean, we thought the Bears were gonna do good. I mean,
I mean, I didn't think they would be
they
good.
have a
They were.
good.
I thought they were gonna be better, but they look worse. They look worse.
I
They look
mean,
way worse.
everyone was defending Justin Fields last season, but like, man, that open pass he missed.
He missed like
Where the
three of them on one
I think
play.
the tight end ran up the seam and then
Yeah, no,
just
yeah, I was. No,
took
yeah,
a
that's what I was
sack.
telling them about. Yeah, it was crazy.
So that's what I
Yes,
mean. It's like I don't know.
but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks like we were just talking about that we trust and a lot we shouldn't. I mean, that's what it is here. And I mean, when playoffs come around, there's always a team that blows up out of nowhere. It happens every year. Last year was Jacksonville. Um, the year the Titans went to the AFC Championship, it was them. So there's always a team that comes out of nowhere towards the end of the season or once playoffs start and they sneak their way in and they start doing damage. It always happens. So
I mean, I mean, out of the, I don't know. It's just very crazy this year. I mean, I thought last season was crazy. This season,
Just gonna be wild here. I mean, because like we said, the AFC is like from top to bottom, besides a couple teams that we can name easily off the top of our head, it's loaded. Every roster is pretty much good in the AFC, besides a couple teams. But I mean, shoot,
I
I mean,
mean,
there's probably gonna be a team or two that's like really good, and they're not even gonna make the playoffs just because of how good the AFC is. And then the NFC, there's gonna be it's gonna be
I
like
mean,
the
what
year that
teams do you think are making it to the playoffs from the AFC?
you want me to name all 7 teams?
Yeah, go ahead.
Dolphins, Chiefs. I think Jacksonville wins their division, so that's 3. Um, I want to say the Chargers, but with the way their coaches, I'll say the Chargers. I think the Chargers get it together and make a wild card spot. The Ravens,
Okay.
Cincy,
Okay.
and whew. Oh, Bills. I forgot Bills. Those 7
The only one I'm like iffy about is probably the Chargers.
Chargers. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of
That's the only one I'm like, okay, maybe. But I think they do get it together between like
they'll fix
mid-season
it.
or whatever.
They'll fix it. Well, because let me look right now. Let me see. Let me see what other teams. Because
Yeah, I agree with your teams. I agree with them.
that's like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I
Let me
agree.
see.
I don't think the Browns are gonna get it together. I don't think.
Yeah,
Maybe
Deshaun
But I mean,
Watson.
Steelers. Maybe.
Maybe I mean, if Pickett can just be like above average, like he doesn't have to be elite because
Yeah.
their team is similar to the Niners. Their structure very similar where they want their defense to be the star of the show, obviously, and then they want their quarterback just to find the open guy, get points when we can, manage the game. Let's go to the next game. Yeah, I mean that's what Purdy's job is supposed to be, but he's been exceeding. That's why they look so damn scary. But that's what they really want them to do: find the open guy, get a touchdown or field goal, manage the game. Don't turn the ball over. Let's go home. That's it. So, I mean, yeah, and then I would say, like I said, yeah, Jaguars, Dolphins, Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, and yeah, probably the Chargers or the Browns. So,
okay, I agree. I don't think the
yeah,
Browns have.
Yeah.
I just think they're gonna fold. They're gonna fold, like,
Unless
if
the
Watson,
but
defense start
especially,
carrying them. But
yeah,
that's
and they don't have Nick Chubb no more. It's like they're done. They're done.
so, and then from the NFC, I mean, like I said, Cowboys, Niners, Eagles. I think
Eagles.
Saints. I think Saints barely win their division because I think the Falcons and the Bucks give them a tougher time than most people think. But I think they
That
still win.
division is underrated. I
That
can't
division's
lie.
low key. Yeah, I was about to say there's a couple good teams in that division. The Giants are frauds. Vikings, Lions are unproven still because it's their first year. Like supposed to be good. I mean,
You don't think they sneak in though?
the Lions. I think they win their division.
You think?
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
no. I think the Packers are gonna win the division, honestly.
Really.
When everybody gets back, I mean nobody's
Yeah.
out for the year and everybody gets back. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
that's true. Yeah, I mean the Packers still they always have a good defense. Pretty good
yeah. Matt
defense.
Matt LaFleur is a good coach. He's a good
Coach. Oh
play
no,
caller,
yeah.
sorry.
No, yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
I mean, yeah, you could go either way. I mean, I like the Lions roster and their coach and all that. I think Jared Goff is playing
Yeah.
amazing right now.
He had that
He's
one
playing
bad
good.
throw against the Seahawks and people were bad. I'm like, bro, your defense gave up 34 points.
Yeah, and they went overtime. So I mean, it was a good game.
I mean, if
Yeah,
Seattle can get their stuff together too, they could be dangerous too. But their defense sucks right now. Their defense is
I don't
horrible.
know that. I don't think because if I think the
Yeah,
Rams have more of a
they got a
chance
lot
than
of
the
rookies.
Seahawks.
Seattle got a lot of rookies on their defense though. So I'm not
They
really
do.
giving them like
Yeah.
a benefit of the doubt on that one. But I mean the offense stole money. I don't know what happened to him in Seattle, but he
That's what I'm
drinking
saying.
something good over there.
I think the Rams have more of a chance than the Seahawks. The Rams are playing good.
They look good.
And
Yeah, I mean, oh,
they
actually,
beat the Seahawks.
they
They played a
smoked
tough
them.
team week
They
2.
killed them actually.
They barely lost to the Niners by 10. I mean, that's a good team right there. But who did they play next?
The Seahawks. Let me see. You're talking about
No,
Seattle,
no,
right?
I'm talking about the Rams. Who
Oh,
did
the
they play next?
Rams. Let me go on my Bleacher Report real quick. Give me a second. Where the Rams? I don't see them. Oh, I don't know why they're down there. Oh, they play Cincy.
Mm.
If they win
Okay, yeah.
if they win that game, then I think they're gonna be better than people think. Because let's see, they play the Bengals next, and the Bengals are having their struggles. They play the Colts. They should win that game, I think. I would
Yeah,
hope.
they should. Yeah.
But then they play Philly. So let's see.
No.
They beat Cincy, that's 2-1. They beat Cincy, that's 2-1. They beat the Colts, that's 3-1. They play Philly, that'll be 3-2. And then they play the Cardinals and the Steelers. So they might be like 4-3, 3-4.
Yeah.
But then they go and play Dallas and Green Bay on the road.
Nope.
So that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I think they pull up an upset from one of those teams.
For one of those two, I think it would have to be against Green Bay. But they could
I think they
again,
beat Green Bay. I think they was gonna upset the Cowboys for some reason. I just feel like they do because the Cowboys always have like a game where they just just play terrible.
well, yeah. I mean, look at the Falcons game a couple years ago where what were they up by, like 34-0 or something like that? Oh no, the Falcons blew their lead. Sorry, the Falcons blew their lead. I'm tripping. It was the opposite way around. But I mean, yeah. So who knows?
You know how like every team, like each year there's a team that goes like 8-0, like the Steelers before the Eagles last year. I think they something crazy like 11-0. Do y'all see a team going like on an undefeated streak? Probably not 17 or 18-0,
I
but
don't
y'all
think
see a
this
team
year.
going like six. Really?
The only the
Only
only
the
team
I don't
Niners.
want to.
I would
I
say
don't.
it's
Yeah,
Frisco.
I didn't want to sound biased.
I would say
Only the
I was
Frisco.
Niners.
gonna say
No,
the
no, no.
Niners,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we do have a tough schedule as well. Like we play the Cowboys
Mhm.
and Eagles throughout our season. We
Yeah.
could lose one of those.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
Who-
could see I don't know what it is. I think I'm sold on Miami this year. I could see Miami doing it just because of their offense.
They got tough
But
games too, though.
their defense is not that good though.
Yeah.
It
Like, I
really
mean,
isn't.
I might sound crazy,
Let's see.
but I could definitely see the Eagles doing it again.
Oh, no, no,
Because
no,
They can
for
do it.
sure.
They
you
can
you
do it
got the
again. It's not
Buccaneers,
crazy.
you got the Commanders, you got the Rams, you got the Jets, and then you get the Dolphins, which is your next real test. But you rack up 4 wins in a row. I mean, you're hot at that
The
point. You're six and
Dolphins
zero.
could very well do it. I'm looking at their schedule.
The Eagles
So,
could be
so,
6-0 versus 6-0
so,
that game.
so the Dolphins play Denver next. They should win that game. This should not have a problem
Mhm.
with that game. Then they play Buffalo. I think they upset them. They play the Giants. Come on. They're gonna beat the Giants. Then they play the Panthers. They're gonna kill the Panthers. They play the Eagles. That's gonna be a good game.
Recording
I
in
think that's
progress.
I
That's
think
gonna be a
that's
tough
gonna be
game.
6-0 versus 6-0.
And then they play New England again. They'll beat them. And then they play
Fucking
KC.
Ethan,
So I mean, yeah, I mean, let's see, and then let's look at Philly's schedule. And then Philly, so they play Tampa. They should beat Tampa. Oh, they play the Commanders. They should beat the Commanders. They should beat the Rams. They should beat the Jets. So that's 4 games. So they could very well be six
I
and
think
zero.
Philly comes in second in their division this year. I think they do. I think the
Oh,
Cowboys actually win their division.
I forgot they're in the same division. That's gonna
Mhm.
be tough. I think they both finished like 14-3, 13-4, and they'll split. They'll
I
split.
mean, I think they split their series this year. I think the
Yeah.
Cowboys win one, the Eagles win one. But I think for some reason I believe in the Cowboys this year, which is kind of weird for me to say because I hate them. We
I
beat them
mean,
2
You
years
believe
in
in
a
them in the
row.
regular season, but when the playoff comes,
Yeah, that's the thing.
playoffs is
We
different
won't
though.
know.
Teams,
We won't know
yeah,
until playoffs. We won't know until
exactly.
playoffs.
coaches start
You know they're gonna
calling.
make it to the playoffs. But
Yeah, that's a given.
Because if they play a good team in the playoffs to start off, they're not winning.
yeah,
That's how it always is. They played the Bucks last year, first round. They destroyed them. Then they played us.
I
And then
think
we
I think it'd be better if they don't get that first round bye. They get that first round bye, whoever
For
they're
the
playing.
Eagles or for the Cowboys or for
For
either
the
one?
Cowboys,
Oh, for the
I
Cowboys.
promise you, whoever they play, they could play the Buccaneers for all I care.
Well,
They
the
are
last time
most
they
likely
got
losing
the
that game.
last time they got the first round bye was when Zeke and Dak had their rookie year and they went off and then they lost to A-Rod and
Yeah,
Jared Cook.
yeah.
It was
I just
Jared Cook.
that first round bye, I think is going to be lethal for them. I think they should stay away from it, honestly. Especially because when you got Dak, like I'm not worried about the defense. I'm just like literally
Oh yeah,
Dak
that defense
behind
is
that
good every
team.
year.
That I'm being disrespectful. That could put you in a position to lose to the Panthers right now. Like it's bad,
I mean,
There's
shoot, he
just something
almost
wrong with him, bro. It's like
honestly.
you don't even have to you just gotta play decent throughout the whole game and you win the game, really.
I think his problem is I think he tries to do too much, which he doesn't need to because he has a super team.
Yeah.
He literally
Mm,
has a super team.
mm,
So I mean,
I
and
mean, he has a better running back now. I mean,
yep.
Zeke was
CeeDee
Better
Lamb
crazy,
has gone.
man.
receivers.
CeeDee Lamb has gone better each year of his career, and it's going to stay like
Because
that.
Brandon Cooks
And
too
Brandon
on the
Cooks is
other
good
side
too,
is
and
just
Gallup is solid, but he's still trying to get healthy still. So
mm,
still trying to recover a little bit still. You could tell he's a little shaky. And then I mean, they have that backup running back that's tiny, but he's good too. And their
Oh,
Deuce.
Deuce
offense,
Vaughn.
Oh, he's
Yeah, Deuce.
yeah, Deuce is good too. And their offensive line is always good. They always have a good line. So I don't
mm.
know he just tries to do too much, I think, which he doesn't need to. Doesn't need to. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have a lot of depth. They actually
on
do.
both sides.
So
I mean, their D line, I mean, they have guys that are rotating in that are still producing and stuff, rookies even.
Yep.
So, and obviously, like we are talking about, Micah's probably winning defensive player of the year for he's my defensive player of the year. So I had him before the season even started. So, but
defensive player of the year.
yeah, I think it's Micah. I think it's either Micah or if TJ Watt can stay healthy, bro, he's the best pass rusher in the league if he can stay healthy. Problem is,
Nick Bosa. I don't know. It's him or
dude,
Nick Bosa.
Nah, Nick
dude,
Bosa's getting
Yeah,
like
Nick.
triple team every
He's
game,
getting
bro.
dude,
triple team, but
look at
him and
TJ's
Nick
stats,
Bosa.
bro. So
No, TJ's crazy.
he broke the
100%.
Steelers' all-time franchise sack record yesterday, and he's been
Mm,
hurt the last 2 years. He has 80 sacks in 82 games with being
yeah,
hurt.
no, it's crazy.
So imagine if he
Yeah.
wasn't hurt for those games, he would have like
Yeah.
100 plus sacks probably easily.
He was getting a sack a
Yeah.
game, like
Basically,
I
no,
think
basically
last year before he got injured or something like that.
he had
He
five
was,
sacks week one against the Bengals,
yeah,
and he had a
hmm
pick. He had a pick too.
yeah. He's a monster. He's a monster,
Yeah.
honestly.
So yeah, the edge rushers are getting better because they're starting to be able to cover people now too, which
Hmm
is like really scary. You got
Like
my
Max Crosby.
okay, dude. That man's a straight edge rusher. Granted, they are using him in coverage though, but there's only so much you can do when you're the only player on the defense that wants to do something because the rest of that defense is just hot ass. It's ass. It's horrible. But I
I
mean,
mean, you guys against the Bills.
dude, we got cooked, bro.
That was.
We got
I'll take
cooked.
it
No, no,
off.
no, no.
Like I
We
think.
looked good the first three defensive drives, and then after that, it just looked like the Bills. They just figured out our defense because we stopped them the first drive. We scored our first offensive drive. We actually tore that defense up. I was like, okay, we might have a shot. And then I checked the score of the second quarter because I couldn't watch the game for some reason. My TV was blacked out. So I checked the score. I was watching Red Zone and it said 21-10. I was like, oh,
Dude, you see, that's the thing. Like
Well, remember I
you guys
texted
had.
you, oh, we're doing good.
I know, but it is what it is. I mean, he's our
And I
only.
texted you, bro. I was like, well, they might actually win. And then like I stopped looking, I look up and niggas down 38-0, bro. Or 38, what was it, 38-10?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That is the Raiders defense. Just like when Mac was on the defense, it's the same thing. Same exact thing.
Who did the Raiders play next?
We have the Steelers on Sunday night, actually. This week we're on prime time this week. I think
Oof,
I think
that'd be good.
it's probably gonna be a low scoring game, probably.
Yeah.
Because Pickett can't make proper reads and then I mean
Jimmy G.
yeah, probably. So
And Ethan, who did the Chargers play?
You play
let's
with
see.
the Vikings?
Oh no,
Oh,
we
you
talked about
do?
Yeah.
that's gonna be that game that score is going that
Bro,
score is
I was
getting
Hasn't it?
look,
I mean,
It's gonna be a scoring game,
I
bro.
got Justin Jefferson on my
that game is do or die for both teams.
basically
It's a
yeah.
scoring game. It's just a scoring game. Like there's
We're
gonna
gonna
be no
lose,
defense.
bro. Don't
That's
even.
that score is gonna be like 30 like 34 to like 33 or something like
I'm
that.
already
Mo-
like we're gonna lose, bro. Like I'm not even hoping we
mo-
win.
I don't know. I think you guys win
I think you
I
get
give
your
up.
sorry, Mo. Sorry, Mo.
because the Vikings
No,
have
it's
just
all good,
Yeah,
bro.
fuck you, Mo.
We're
the worst
we're
defense,
taking for Shador. We're taking for Caleb.
Oh my God.
bro. I mean,
That's what
hey,
we're.
imagine Shador on the Vikings though.
Oh,
It'd be
According
tough.
to JJ.
Imagine Caleb Williams on the Vikings.
with JJ, bro. Oh my
with JJ and Jordan. Like, I mean,
Oh, he did play with Jordan too.
it's gonna be 55 to 56, and that's how we gonna win every game.
I mean, that's how it was last year. Last
Pretty
Honestly.
year's
much.
high scoring games. You guys
Mhm.
just somehow decided to pull it out at the end, but
They can't pull it out this year though.
No.
We're gonna lose.
Yeah,
I
I
think
got
y'all
feel,
got
bro.
it, bro.
Like I'm
I
already
mean,
getting bad about
And
it.
who
Like,
the Falcons play? Who the Falcons play?
let's see.
You play the Lions. You play the Lions.
That's gonna be a good game.
That's
Mhm.
actually.
That's gonna be a good game.
Ooh, I
Honestly,
feel like
team,
Bijan is gonna go crazy, bro.
Yeah, that
Bro,
Lions
he's gonna
defense
go
is really
crazy,
suspect.
that no,
especially
that
that
Yeah.
Lions
run game.
defense,
Yeah.
that defense is suspect. That
Hutchinson's the only one doing some
dude,
anything hazy.
he gets held every play, bro.
He
It's actually
does. He
bad. It's
does.
actually bad. It's actually crazy, and they don't
He does.
call it.
But I feel
That
like
man
they
got
told him
0
every
sacks in
play.
2 games.
It's because he gets held every play. It's bad. It's like ridiculous.
He gets pressures. His
Oh
pressures
no,
are
he gets crazy pressures, but he
he
can't
get
get a
pressure.
sack.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's the league now. It's whoever it's high powered offenses. It's either a team really has a high powered offense and no defense, or they have a really good defense and no offense. Unless you're the Niners
Bro,
or
you cannot
the
invite him.
Cowboys.
I'll say I won't say like completely no offense. If you have a really good defense, I just feel like you're in a position where your quarterback is very suspect.
I mean, the
Like
Saints, perfect example.
Saints,
Steelers, perfect example.
Steelers,
Bucks,
Cowboys.
even. Yeah,
I
that's
mean, I
actually
think
that's
I think Purdy's proven his point. He's not suspect
he's
anymore.
still.
But
But let's see. The thing is
last
though,
year
Our
was
system makes him look good though. Like
100%. Yeah,
as long
but
as he
hundred
doesn't turn over
percent.
the ball, we win.
you
Yeah,
gotta understand though too. Like Purdy was the third string. He just got thrown in there because Lance
yeah,
got hurt and Jimmy G. Well, Jimmy G was already hurt, wasn't he? He was still recovering, right?
yeah. He was still
Yeah,
Jimmy
recovering.
G,
he had that surgery, so he
Oh,
was
yeah,
struggling.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So you gotta understand too. Like Purdy wasn't, and Purdy was literally the last pick of the draft too.
Yeah.
yeah.
So for him to succeed, he's already exceeded expectation for sure, like without a doubt.
I mean, I think it's a great spot to be put in because you got to
Oh,
think like
definitely.
Bailey Zappi was like a third string, same story. But when your weapons is Devontae Parker, I mean,
And
it
then
sucks.
and he's
And
washed
your
now
offensive
too.
coordinator is not that good. But and then you have Kyle Shanahan, you got Debo, like, and then I
Right,
mean,
right.
and then
Ayuk,
you simplifying that offense, it must be like amazing. I'm not taking any credit away from Purdy because he makes some great throws,
Well,
but
bro. Like I said,
a
he was the
simplified
last.
offense
He
that
was
is
the
beautiful.
he was the last pick of the draft, bro. No,
Yeah,
he wasn't even supposed to play.
facts.
And the only reason why he probably made the roster was because Jimmy G was hurt.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Josh Johnson was the practice squad quarterback. Okay, he still would have been the third stringer, but I mean
Mm.
he got thrown in there and produced. And his first game was against Tampa, right? And he did really good, right? I think it was against Tampa when he beat Brady. Yeah,
Purdy's first game.
yeah, that was Purdy's first game, wasn't it? It was
I
against
thought it was
Tampa,
his
right?
second game. I think it was the second one.
Yeah, yeah, I
What
think
was
that
his
was
first
sick.
game?
Trying to remember. I think his
I
first
don't
Yeah,
remember,
game. I
but
know.
yeah. But
Man,
anyways,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
long story short, he was Mr. Irrelevant. So for him to even just get thrown in there and do what he's done and look better from last year, because the thing going into the season was since people had tape on, similar to Colin Kaepernick, since people had tape on him now, people we're gonna like figure him out, and he looks better than he did last year.
I got a
Granted,
question to propose though.
oh,
You put Justin Fields in that system, does he succeed? Because
No, no.
if you
no,
say no,
no.
then he's a bust. Then he's a
You know
bust.
what? You know what's crazy?
Then
You know
he's
what's
a
crazy? They
bust.
almost drafted
I
him
think
too.
I think they do the same thing they do with Trey Lance. I think they
So
run him
so
up the middle and he gets hurt.
okay, well then I think he's a bust then if that's the case, like because then we could do the same thing. If you put Justin Fields in the Cowboys system with that great offensive line, you got CD,
Okay,
you got
that's different though. That's like
I
it's
don't
all about scheme at the end.
it is, but like at the end of the day, we give Justin Fields so many excuses, and
I
at
think the
some
problem
point,
with Justin Fields is
it's
too.
just
He
gonna be
thinks that
him.
that man thinks he's in college still and can just take off whenever he wants. This ain't college
I mean,
no
he
more.
kind of has to though. Well, his
But
rookie year and sophomore
well,
year,
okay, rookie and sophomore I get, but he has DJ Moore now. Khalil
they
Herbert's
run
not bad.
screenplays every other play. like we're playing
Oh no,
Madden or something. Like
they
it's
that a pick six that Shaq Barrett had. They ran three screens in a row to the same
it's
side, same formation,
it's
same everything.
it's bad.
Yeah,
But like I mean, he
It's
has
also a
valid
coaching
excuses.
thing, bro. It's a coaching thing. His
It
coaches
who,
are
is a
not
dude?
that
coaching
good.
thing.
You know what?
He has valid excuses, but I just don't know if it's him. At some point, we're gonna have to say it's him because just like Kyler Murray, they blame Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray actually produced. Justin Fields hasn't really
But has he really
produced.
though?
Who, Kyler?
Kyler.
I don't, bro. Kyler Murray was in
He's
MVP
made it to the
talks.
playoffs
I've
once.
never seen Justin
He
Fields
he was in
in
MVP
MVP
talks.
talks. I've never seen
Hey,
Yeah, it
Justin
was
Kyler
that
Fields.
one
made
year
to
he
the
went to the playoffs.
Kyler made to the playoffs. He was god awful. So don't even say that. He
Dude,
was
That's what I'm
not.
saying.
The
He was
Rams tore
horrible in
them
the
apart,
playoffs, but
bro.
has Justin Fields ever been in MVP conversations?
Dude, Justin Fields hasn't even been in.
He hasn't thrown for over
Like,
300 yards. Like
Bro,
I,
but I mean the Cardinals at the time, that year they made the playoffs. They were like the number one seed in the NFC for a
they
little bit.
they were. That
mm,
was when they were the last undefeated team actually
Yeah, and
that
then they
year.
got to the playoffs against the Rams and they
The
got shitted
Packers
on.
beat
So
them with the Packers beat them without was it without A-Rod or Adams? I forgot. They didn't have one of them
it was without Adams.
and
yeah,
they
it was
beat them.
without.
Yeah, and they beat them.
That's what I'm saying. I think, I mean, you can't say Kyler Murray has proven or produced more. He's made it to the playoffs once,
Yeah,
and then they got out first round. They didn't just get out; they got destroyed.
yeah.
He looked really bad, by the way, too.
His line
Facts.
He
cannot
looked
block
really
though.
bad.
His line couldn't block either. I mean, that was just a shit show game for that whole team. That was like
Bet,
terrible.
I bet you didn't watch film.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
that's what I'm saying. Playing
Probably
COD.
not.
Facts.
Probably playing COD. I mean, I wouldn't call him a bust or anything yet, though. I mean, the thing with Fields is like, I
Dude,
mean,
his whole like persona now, though. Like you,
yeah,
Yeah,
you think of Kyler Murray, you just think of like a diva.
that is true.
yeah.
But
I
like
mean,
I'll say this for Kyler Murray, there is no valid excuse. It's bad on him. But Justin Fields, he's about to have three coaches in 3 years because I don't see a way. I think his name is Matt. Their coach
it's
survives
Matt
this
like Ebert. I
season.
just looked it up. It's like
Yeah,
Ebert.
I don't see.
He
Okay,
was
I
like
don't
the
see.
Colts OC or some
so
shit like
you
that.
you still
Yeah, I
believe
don't.
in Justin Fields?
Eberflus or
They
something like
still
that.
believe
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Justin
yeah.
Fields, but he's about to go a third year with a new coach, like another new coach, another new offensive coordinator. Probably he's gonna his offensive line is not gonna get better. I'm telling you that right now. His defense is gonna get better, and
Well, I
he's
mean,
not
they
gonna
traded
get
their best player
receivers.
last year
I
too.
mean,
Yeah,
if you,
I mean,
it's like a Derek Carr situation.
yeah,
How
it's
many
going.
coaches did he have the whole time he
Dude,
was there?
Derek Carr had 6 head coaches in his 9 years with the Raiders.
Yeah,
I
It's gonna
Uh,
know
be
6 different staffs.
Carr
I take that back.
Carr
Staffs.
showed improvement though. That's the one thing about Carr. He
that
showed
is true.
improvement. Justin Fields
No,
looks
Yeah,
the exact same.
no. I think
he looks
well,
the
the problem with
same.
Derek Carr was the minute he broke his foot. I mean, he was still like a decent quarterback, but he was never the same. Because his first 3 years, he threw for 30 touchdowns in all 3 of those years, and he was running and making plays. But the minute he broke his foot, he just became scared all of a sudden.
Do you think Justin Fields will ever throw 30 touchdowns?
No.
See, that's what I'm
man.
saying. Like, but I mean, we will never know because his line, his coaches,
All
his
right, right.
well, he has
There's
DJ
that too.
Moore now, but they don't use him.
Dude, but his
Um,
decision making too,
His
bro.
decision
He's
making
like,
is like
he's year
horrible.
three now. Year
but
three,
I
and
mean,
he's
it's
still.
year three, but his decision making in Ohio State was, it was like one
But
of the best
Mo,
out
like
of
we were
the
talking
whole
about,
Bro,
you
class.
but
gotta
he's not at
understand.
Ohio State no
State
more.
college is different, bro.
Exactly. That man's confidence got demolished
Um,
badly
I mean,
because
we'll
he
see. I
don't
mean,
look the same at all.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think if okay, this season said if he doesn't succeed next season, then that's it. That's it. You guys, they gotta
But
move on from him.
that's 4 years. I don't know, bro.
Well,
But
I mean,
so this was sorry. So this is what the
go.
Bears did, right? They traded the number one pick this year, guys that got a whole bunch back for it, and they're like, all right, because Panthers gave them a whole bunch back, right?
Yeah, they
Next
gave him
Mhm.
a
year,
lot. Too
they can
much.
package all that and like, hey, let's get a quarterback. That's basically
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah,
And basically, if the
Yeah.
Bears suck this year, right, they're gonna have they're gonna have one of the higher picks anyway. So they're gonna pick
Mhm.
any like top five quarterback anyway. So they didn't
yeah.
really. It's not really a lose at that point. If they
Fiend,
lose,
I
if they
Mhm.
could
suck,
Fiend,
get a new quarterback.
I can see like if the Cardinals do get the number one pick, which based off what we've seen, they probably are not good. They're probably gonna win like 2 games max, probably.
Mhm.
Um, they'll probably trade Fields to a team like the Cardinals. with like one of their first rounders, and then they'll take the Cardinals first rounder and try to draft like Caleb or something like that.
I just if I'm the Bears, I don't know why I would draft a new quarterback when I still haven't fixed the problems that hasn't made Justin Fields who Justin Fields is
Well,
supposed to be.
the problem with teams is, and I noticed this, the Niners are the perfect example on how to build a team. What you got to do is you got to build on the offensive side line or the offensive side of the ball. I don't care how many weapons you have. If you don't have an offensive line, it's not going to
Yeah,
work.
it's not gonna work at
You got to
all.
build at least some, like get the O line set because that's what the Panthers did.
Mm,
They like the offensive line's not like it's not like the Browns or the Colts or even like the Cowboys, but it's good enough for Bryce to progress and learn. Like they have a decent
yeah,
O line. And the thing is, on the offensive side, you got to build your O line first. You get that,
yeah,
and then what the Panthers do? They signed Thielen. They have DJ Chark. They drafted Mingo or Ringo, the guy from Ole Miss. I forgot.
Mingo.
yeah,
That's not
Yeah.
bad. And then they signed Miles Sanders. They still have Hubbard. He's been in the system for years, and they brought Hayden Hurston. So they have decent veteran pieces with the decent O line to help Bryce, progress. And then
mm.
when you build your defense, you got to get a D line first. So I mean, I think the problem with teams is all the bad teams, they just go straight for a quarterback, which is not how you do it. You got to get that offensive line set first.
But
You have
I'll
to.
say one team that made that work was the Bengals because they got their quarterback and then they got weapons and they didn't have a line, which
But no, but
which led to Burrow being injured.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
then they got the line, and now they're flourishing and
But
almost won a Super Bowl.
but the thing is, like being when they drafted Chase, they should have drafted Slater. That was the probably the better pick at the
Mm,
time. But looking at it now, I mean, obviously, you put the college teammates together. I mean, they went to the Super Bowl that
yeah,
year, and their offensive line was below average. And then they went into the offseason last year and brought all those guys in, and now they're average, which is weird because they just cut Collins too. So I don't know what that was about, but they cut him. I guess he was just doing that bad. But I mean, their line's not bad, but I mean, yeah, in that case, that's probably the only exception because their line's still not very good. It's still
but
pretty bad.
using that case as well, like Burrow didn't have an offensive line, and we still saw improvement.
Yeah,
There's a lot of quarterbacks that have the excuse of if they had a line that still don't show improvement,
He
regardless
also
of
had more
if they
talent
have a
too.
line. He did have more talent. Now, okay,
yeah.
I'll give you
He
that.
also had more
Burrow,
talent.
Burrow
Yeah.
definitely had more talent for
I
sure,
mean, the perfect
and better
example.
play calls. He had way better play calls.
Yeah.
Well, the perfect example is Herbert too. They stacked that offensive line up for him. Like that offensive
Yeah.
line is loaded when they're healthy. And
Mm.
they did draft him first round, and he wasn't even supposed to start. He was supposed to be tired, and then he got a punctured lung. I don't know how that happened, but he got a punctured lung, and now it's obviously he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league now. But so crazy.
I think I don't know because when you go back to the Burrow thing, like obviously he's struggling right now. He's still the second best quarterback in the league, in my opinion.
Mm.
Like it's just gonna be like last year, bro. That's the whole thing. That's what I feel like it is.
100%.
Like last year, I had them winning the division. They still did, and they went like I think they went 0-4 at a point.
The
Pretty
Bengals,
sure. Yeah,
No,
didn't they
they
go
went
on?
they
0
started up
2.
0-2. They lost to the
They went
Cowboys
0
and
2.
someone else. I forgot who the first team they lost to.
I thought they went 0-4 at a point though.
They no,
Yeah.
they started off they lost their first two games and then they fixed it after that.
Yeah. So I mean, if you go based off their schedule, I mean, what do they have a tough schedule, or is it like
Well, they played the Ravens and the Browns the first the Browns held them to 3 points and the Ravens they lost by like a
yeah?
touchdown or two. Let me see the Bengals.
Yeah. The
So
Bengals
the,
be okay. Joe
Yeah.
Burrow was
they'll
out
be
all
fine.
preseason. He
They'll
was
be fine.
out. Oh, he was out training camp, preseason. He's need time to warm up. This is his warming up. They'll be all right. I have no issues with them.
They
Offense has
should
been
at
great clicking.
least win their next 3 games. They play the
Yeah.
Rams next week. They should beat them.
Yep.
They play the Titans. I think that's gonna be tougher than most people think because the Titans always have a good pass defense. They play the Cardinals. They should easily win that game.
Yeah, they
Seattle
could win
would,
all three.
and then
Four.
they play Seattle. They should beat Seattle too. I think they keep it
They
close,
win
and then
all
they play
four.
Frisco, which will be a good game too.
Yeah. We get
So,
four. We
but
fun one.
they play Frisco and Buffalo back to back. That's gonna be tough. So they could
Buffalo doesn't scare them. Buffalo don't scare them.
Yeah, but
they
yeah,
did beat them. That is very
They
true. They did
own
beat them.
Buffalo, bro. They own
They did
Buffalo.
beat them.
Yeah.
So they
They
should at
kind of own
least
the Chiefs too. It was one penalty away. One penalty.
they should
I
at
mean,
least be
Yeah.
3-3, 4-2 before that Niner game.
mhm.
And I think they split. I don't think they'll win both Buffalo and Frisco. That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But they could. They could. And they play Houston, which they should smoke. And after Houston, they play the Ravens. I think the Ravens sweep them. They play the Steelers. They should be the Steelers. They play Jacksonville. At Jacksonville, I think Jacksonville will get their crop together. That's gonna be a tough game. Colts, Vikings, Steelers,
Hey,
Chiefs,
are
and
there
Browns.
any undefeated teams in AFC right now?
The Dolphins.
Okay.
I think that's it.
No,
Let me
it's,
see.
it's, it's two of them. I can't think of the other one. It's two.
Wait,
Oh,
are there?
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah, it's two.
I have Baltimore coming out of the AFC based off what we've seen so far. Just because of they've been dominant on both sides of the ball in that defense. They they have Roquan for a full season now, and that man is a monster. So we'll see
I
what
mean,
happens.
it's too early of a prediction, bro.
Oh
But
yeah. No.
I'm gonna say, bro. I think the Ravens go all the way, and then either the Cowboys or Niners go all the way. I don't think
I
the Eagles got it this year, bro. I'm being honest.
don't
If
think so
if
either.
if we're going right now, I got the Dolphins coming out of the AFC, and then I got the Cowboys. Because even that, they didn't show it, but Dak did not have a good game week 1. It was good enough to get the job done, and that's literally all he has to do this year. I feel like he could throw 2 picks, and they're
But they
still going
No,
to
played the
win because
Giants.
that
They
defense is
played the
dude, he
Giants
ridiculous.
almost
week
threw a
one.
pick six that
That is
almost
true.
cost
They
them
did
the
play
lead
the
against the
Giants,
Cowboys or
but
against the
but if you
Jets.
watch his offensive stats, he was not like his pass attempts to passing yards ratio. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not what you expect, especially
Well,
against the Giants defense, who it was supposed to be good, but the last 2 weeks we've kind of seen otherwise. But you know, I just think that can make mistakes this year, and somehow he's going to get carried to the Super Bowl. Which
well, the thing back to your Dolphins, the thing people tend to forget, the Dolphins were 5-2 and the 1 seed before Tua got CTE. People forget that they were. My bad. I shouldn't have said that, but no, but they were they looked really good, and they were healthier than they are now too, because their defense is banged up right now. But they were healthier, or they were 5-2, the number 1 seed before Tua got hurt, going into that Bengals game, and they were winning that game too. So
Yeah, but they could go all the way. But I just don't. I think the
Yeah.
Ravens are like the
yeah,
team to
no,
beat this year.
I think so too, based off what we've seen. As long as
I mean,
Lamar,
you
as long
could
as
always say the Chiefs too, but like I don't know,
they
they're not looking
they
like the
got prob
Chiefs. You know,
the receivers mainly is going to be the reason why they won't go all the way because they're young. They're too young.
Like I said earlier, I feel like it's gonna be like it's like honestly, I feel like the season just picked up from last season. Picked off like nothing really changed that much. The good teams stay good, the bad teams stay bad. It's gonna be a middle team is gonna be still middle teams. Like so, I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. Obviously, like I said, the proven quarterback, the proven coach. The defense got a lot better, and then from like I said, NFC. I said I can't. I still can't trust Dak. I don't. I still can't trust Dak. It's gonna be Eagles and 49ers again. I think if they stay healthy, which 49ers can't never do
That's a
for
thing
some
too.
reason,
That's a big
can
thing
never
too.
do, I'll pick them. But if they can't, Eagles
I mean,
again.
Ayuk has a crazy shoulder injury right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll be fine, but
no, I
that,
mean
that
he didn't tear anything or break anything, so
I said as long as
he
they have
might
McCaffrey,
he
as long
might
as
play this week, but I don't think he should.
they just sit him out, let him rest. It's too early to be playing guys when they're hurt. And
Well,
you guys have the best offensive weapon in the NFL right now. So besides
we're
Tyreek
playing the
Hill,
Giants too. Like, well,
yeah, you
we
guys don't
don't
need to
really
play him.
need them.
Yeah,
So.
you guys don't need to play him. And the Giants need to sit Saquon down too, because that man, they're just gonna load the box and make Daniel Jones beat them, and that's not happening. So
Yeah, they picked the
Hey,
wrong
like
person.
I know they're
that's what I'm
gonna.
saying, man.
Yeah, it's. I think y'all will be fine as long as y'all have McCaffrey. I think you guys will be okay. I mean, he's the best running back in the NFL when he's healthy, and I've been saying that for the last couple of years. When healthy, problem is he's been injured too, but he doesn't need to carry the rock or carry the load no more. Doesn't carry the team no more. Doesn't need to.
To be
So,
fair, in a 4-9 uniform, he's been really healthy. I'm surprised. The
well, it's
Panthers, that
because
man was always hurt. Panthers,
well, I
look
mean,
at
he was their only like I mean, they had DJ Moore too, obviously, and they had Cam Newton. They had a good Cam Newton for a year before he got hurt. But I mean, and they had no line in Carolina either. That was another thing. They had no offensive line. So how the man rush for 1,000 and 1,000, I have no clue.